Hi, my name's Darren Fleck, and I appreciate your taking your time to watch this video. This is a classroom tour just to get you accustomed to how I arrange my classroom for a positive learning environment. This is my 11th year in this room and 14 years teaching a middle school history course overall, 7th and 8th grade survey course for U.S. history. I've also taught 7 years of high school, summer school, U.S. history, and world history as well. There's my lovely desk here. We have a little crowded this time of year. My student intern has been nice enough to film for me. She is my 5th student intern I've had, and I always see that as a challenge to explain what's going on, how I organize, and also get great ideas from new teachers coming out of college. Over here we have my team board. We are on a co-teaching team here at Mendive Middle School in Sparks, Nevada. I'm on a 5-person core team. We have math, which this year is the first time we do not officially have math on team. Science teacher, English teacher, myself as the history teacher, a special ed teacher, and a school counselor, all working together. This year, 2 teams, 90 7th graders and 90 8th graders, and we loop up with our 7th graders and we keep them for 2 years. We use these boards to share every Friday what's coming up. We have a rotating schedule, so if the kids are not in our class currently on a certain day, they can look on any of our boards and see that teacher's homework or reminders for a class they do not have that day. Over here I have my weekly schedules for my 8th graders and my 7th graders. This is basically a replication of what I also post every week on the internet for teachers and for parents and students to see. We have our materials for our 7th graders, starting a self-directed Constitution lesson on the U.S. Constitution. Our 8th graders are finishing up their History Day project in-class research for National History Day. We're very proud to have all 500 8th graders participating, and then we'll begin the Great Depression. Our Essential Questions project, this basically goes to the Teaching American History grant that I mentioned on my resume, where we are working with an elementary school, ourselves as the middle school, and our local IB high school for vertical integration using essential questions and Common Core training. Every student, when they're absent in my class, gets their very own makeup sheet. It includes the material that normally goes into their daily spiral, any attached assignments, their very own name, to make sure that they're not missing anything, and if they are, they're able to get it nice and easy and concise. We are been quite busy recently, especially with Common Core implementation, making sure our kids are getting rigorous reading opportunities for content, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 words, and along with writing and processing that information afterwards. And we're quite proud of that, like I mentioned, in our vertical history team. Our daily organization of students, each class gets a specific colored spiral. Into that, they're copying every day their daily plan, their objective for the day, and then an open or a sponge activity. And I color code all my classes just to make it a little easier. Middle schoolers need all the help they can get. In the organization of my class, I always pair up my students at least with one other person. Particularly with Common Core implementation, you have such a wide range of kids, and when you're giving them rigorous tests, you may need one group to hear it read aloud more often. You might need another group, and we work on heterogeneous and homogeneous groupings depending on the project. And we also play trap. Each one of these seats in my class is based on a trivia game. Each seat is worth a grade, 100 down to 70, and it basically gives my students a way. The lower students are getting a little help with their grade as 10% of their grade, and my upper level students have a little bit of in-class competition when it comes to review, even behavior, and dealing with anything I have. By where they sit, it equals part of their grade. The way back here, just a little organization, resources for my students, art supplies that are organized, atlases for my daily geography questions, which my kids answer 2 a day. On a rotation, they do a rotation that has to do with U.S. geography, and then the next rotation has to do with international geography, and those are what base my notebook quizzes from the front of the room to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to. Grading materials, their color-coded trays back here match their spirals. Top tray for in-class work coming in, bottom tray for anything that's graded and is going out for the students. and that's pretty much it. So I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for any consideration, and please send me an email if you have any questions. Thanks so much.